Hello dear students, today we are going to study mesh analysis. Mesh analysis is basically used whenever we want to solve any circuit with multiple power supplies. Here we can see that we are having 10 volt power supply as well as a 5 volt power supply. The same problem can be solved using KVL KCL method, but mesh analysis is preferred throughout. The reason is that mesh analysis can be used for solving any kind of a problem. So mesh analysis is a standard method for solving these kind of questions. Now let us look at the problem. The question is asking, find the current through 4 ohm resistance. So as we can see here, there are different resistances, out of which there is a 4 ohm resistance here, and they are asking us to find the current through this 4 ohm resistor. Now let us start the mesh analysis. The basic understanding of mesh analysis is that any circuit may have different mesh. Here the mesh that we are having is the first mesh, which goes something like this, and the second mesh which goes something like this. Now in mesh analysis, first what we do is we write a current for each of the mesh. This is the first mesh for which we are writing the first current, which is I1. Next, for the next mesh, we write a current I2. When I do this, what you have to very clearly understand is, what are the currents? We have to very clearly see. See, since I1 is flowing in this particular mesh, here the current will be I1. So through this through this 2 ohm resistance, the I1 current will only flow. Similarly, here also I1 current will only flow. Here also I1 current will only flow. Whereas when we come to this mesh, here only I2 current will flow. Here also I2 current will flow. In this branch also I2 current will flow. But what about this branch? See, this branch belongs to this mesh as well as this mesh. In such a case, this branch will have both the currents I1, which according to this direction is flowing downwards, whereas because of this mesh the current I2 is flowing up. So now we are having the situation where this particular branch has a downflowing as well as upflowing current, and there is nothing very complicated in it. It is natural because both I1 and I2 are flowing in it. So what is the current that will flow in this 3 ohm resistance? That is the main question here. And what you should understand very clearly is, as you can see, I1 current is flowing from top to bottom and I2 is going from bottom to top. They are both in opposite direction. So if I write I1 minus I2, then I1 is more than I2. Okay, whereas if I am going to write I2 minus I1, then I2 is more than I1. So if I have to draw a downward current, that downward current will be I1 minus I2. Be very clear. When I am going to be drawing a downward current, it will be I1 minus I2. Why? Because it's the direction of I1 that we are having here. Whereas if I am going to draw an upward current, then it should be I2 minus I1. Why? Because I2 is more. So this thing we have to be very clear about. So now I will use KVL or writing the equation of the mesh analysis. So let's do it. So KVL at mesh 1. So we already know how to write KVL. So this is positive and this is negative because the polarity of the battery. Next, I1 is flowing in this direction. So the current entering is positive, the current leaving is negative. And here the current that we will presently have, here the current that we are going to have is going to flow down, and that will be I1 minus I2. Okay, it will be I1 minus I2. Why? Because I have drawn it going down. Why? Because it belongs to the first mesh. So in the first mesh, since the current is flowing in this clockwise direction, so I am considering 3 to have a current flowing in the downward direction, and since the current is flowing in this direction, this will be positive, this will be negative. Now in 2, straightforward, only current is I1, so it is going to flow in this direction, so we are going to have plus here, minus here. So current entering the positive, going in the negative. So now remember, I have already taught that for writing the KVL equation we have to follow the polarity. So here I am going to take front of the bogie. So I am always going to consider the front portion. So which are the front portions? Here it is positive, here it is negative, here it is negative, here also it is going to be negative. So if I am going to write, then it will be plus 10 volt. I will not write the voltage part. 10 plus 10 minus, why? Because the front of the bogie is now negative, isn't it? So minus of 2, the current is I1, then again front of the bogie, it is going to be minus, so it is minus of 3, the current is what? I1 minus I2. This is very crucial. Why I have written I1 minus I2? Because I have considered that I1 is more than I2 now. Is that the case always? We cannot say, but while doing the problem, whichever mesh we are considering, that mesh is going to have higher current, like that we have to assume. So here I1 is more than I2, so I1 is going to, so the net current I1 minus I2 will be flowing downwards. Okay, next again minus 2 I1 is equal to 0. So right now I am having 10, then with respect to I1 I am having minus 2, which belongs to this one. Okay, so I am going to write I1 values together, minus 3I1, then this minus and minus will become plus 3I2, and then I am having minus 2I1 is equal to 0. So I can leave this 10 here, and I can take the other I1, I2 values on the other side, or I can take only the 10 other side. So what I will do is I will take the 10 the other side. If I take plus 10 the other side, you all know that it becomes minus 10, isn't it? So the remaining portion is I1. So I will write the remaining minus 2I1 minus 3I1. Then again I1 is minus 2 here. Okay. So minus 2I1. And then what I am having is 3I2. So see, what I have done is I have basically grouped together all the I1 currents and the I2 current. And 10, when we take the other side, we know that it becomes minus 10. So if I have to write this equation, I will write I1 all together. So I can take I1 commonly outside. So it becomes minus 2, minus 3, minus 2, I1 is common, plus 3I2 is equal to minus 10. Okay. Which basically gives me minus 2 minus 3 minus 2 together will become minus 7I1 plus 3I2 is equal to minus 10. And this is the first equation for mesh 1. Similarly, I can write for the second mesh, KVL for second mesh. Okay, so I will write here KVL at mesh 2. KVL at mesh 2. So what happens in KVL at mesh 2 is, now I have to forget about the polarity that I have written here because I am going to write the fresh polarity for 3 ohms. So let me again refresh the circuit. So now for the second mesh, see, because of the battery polarity, this is plus, this is minus. That is okay. Whereas now I2 current is going to flow here in the downward direction. So this is going to be plus, this is going to be minus. Here it is going to move from right to left. So this is going to be plus and this is going to be minus. And here the current that is going to move out is going to be I2 minus I1. So that is what is important here. Previously we had done it downwards. Now for this mesh, the direction of I2 is going from down to up. And that current will be I2 minus I1. So that is what we have to be very careful. See, previously for this mesh, I1 was more, so we drew it from top to bottom and we wrote the current as I1 minus I2. But now we have to write I2 minus I1. So now I'm going to write the KVL for the second one. So again I'm going to take front of the bogie. Okay, so it's going to be minus 5 minus this one, minus front of the bogie itself. So minus 3I2. Okay, so let me write minus 3I2 minus 4I2, and now what remains is the central branch. So current is going from bottom to top, so this must be plus, this must be minus. So front of the bogie is going to be minus. So minus 3 times I2 minus I1, and that is going to be equal to 0 according to KVL. So what we are having is this equation. So let me rearrange. This minus 5 I can take the other side and that becomes plus 5. So that I will not consider now because that I will put in the end. So what is remaining is I2 and I1. First I will write I1. I1 current I am having only one and that is here. So it will be minus I1. So minus I1. Then I2 currents, after that I will write. So commonly I can write, so plus within brackets I will write minus 3 for this one. Okay, then minus 4, then minus 3 commonly for I2. That is equal to minus 5. When I take the other side, it becomes plus 5. So this is going to be 5. Now the equation turns out to be how much? So it turns out to be minus I1. Then here minus 3 minus 4 is becoming minus 10 I2. That is equal to 5. And this is going to be my second equation. Now remember here, what we have to do is we have to solve. Okay, we have to solve the simultaneous equation. So simultaneous equation, we know that if there are two unknowns, so here we are having two unknowns, I1 and I2. So there should be two equations. So we are having two equations also. So solve the equation. So the equation is going to be minus 7 I1 with plus 3 I2 is equal to minus 10. This is the first equation that we wrote. The second equation is going to be minus I1 minus 10 I2 is equal to 5. So this is the second equation, and this we can solve using the many different methods of solving simultaneous equation. The simplest one is using the calculator. Now what you have to remember here is, see, simultaneous equation means it's same as we used to solve minus 7x plus 3y is equal to minus 10 minus x minus 10y is equal to 5. The same thing. To find x and y, we all know how to use the calculator. Still, I will be putting a video in the channel for you to understand how to solve the simultaneous equation using a calculator. Anyway, so it is similar to this. The only thing is that in this equation the unknown was x and y, whereas in this equation the unknown is I1 and I2. So that is the only thing that we have to take care. So using the calculator, we will get the value of I1 to be equal to 1.164 and the value of I2 as minus 0.616. You can check it. So once we get I2, we are able to say that the current that is flowing through 4 ohms is going to be the current I2, which is, so I will write, therefore the current through 4 ohms is equal to 0.616. You might be asking, why didn't I write the minus here? See, minus only shows the direction. What the minus sign here means is that what we initially assumed I2 to be in this direction is not correct. The original direction of I2 is in the opposite direction. So the current is, so the question is, what is the current through through 4 ohms? So the answer is only the value, which is 0.616, and not the direction. If they would have drawn a direction like this, as we have drawn here, if they would have drawn an arrow like this and asked what is this particular current, then we could have written the answer as minus, because the original answer is showing that I2 is in the opposite direction, so it flows in this direction. So then we would have said that this value is 0.616 minus 0.616, because the direction is in the opposite direction. Okay, so this is how we do the mesh analysis and find out the current in each and every mesh. This is a very powerful tool that we have for solving any equation, so not equation, any circuit which has multiple mesh. Thank you, students.